Stop obsessing over your twin flame. Do this mirror exercise instead. Stop obsessing over your twin flame. It's not easy, is it? That's why I decided to share a clear and supportive tool today to bring you clarity and guidance. Hi, I'm Agi, transformational life coach, autogenic training therapist, and twin flame coach. I support the souls to come back to themselves, regardless of gender, as a twin flame journey is about energy and not about physical appearance. This different mirror exercise, based on Byron Katie's 4 questions and turnarounds, can help you release the past and reclaim your power on the twin flame journey. If you are on this twin flame journey, you probably know this feeling. One moment you feel the deepest soul connection you have ever experienced, and the next moment the divine masculine disappears. No messages, no explanation, no response. And suddenly your mind starts spinning. What did I do wrong? Why is he not responding at all? If this is a soul connection, why does it feel so painful? For many divine feminines, this is the moment when the mind takes over. You start analyzing every message, every single one, every silence, every memory, trying to understand what happened. And even if you are not in the physical chasing, energetically, you might still be very focused on him. Thinking about him, waiting, trying to understand. But today, I want to share a method with you that completely changes the way we experience the journey. A method that I use in my transformational coaching work. Even if I work with simple souls, not with twin flames. And something very interesting happens when we apply it. Usually in the first module of my work with clients, we use this method to look at the past. And what I see again and again is that something shifts energetically. People stop being trapped in old pattern, emotions and stories. They stop living in the past. They gently release the habit of waiting and begin to consciously create. Because these deeply rooted patterns are often difficult to recognize on one's own. Having supportive presence can help you bring what lies beneath the surface into awareness. And suddenly they are able to focus on themselves and live in the present moment again, almost like an energetic recalibration. And that's the word or sentence I used also in my twin flame journey. Because at the beginning, I once wrote to my twin flame, I'm here to change and recalibrate myself and support others to do the same. And it wasn't just her, my other masculine partners are also on this journey, are immediately recognized and validated this vision as well. At that time, I didn't fully understand what that meant. But now I see it very clearly. Sometimes we feel deeply pulled towards someone, and not because they are meant to complete us, but because they activate something inside us that was ready to heal. And the real transformation begins when we start deactivating the old patterns that we already living inside us. One of the most powerful tools for this arrived to me during the journey, and it is the work by Byron Katie. It's based on 4 very simple but extremely powerful questions. And today, I want to walk you through this method using a very common twin flame thought and my approach, of course. Let's look at the thought that most likely we divine feminines think. The thought is, I'm disappointed and confused with my divine masculine because he doesn't respond and doesn't want to be with me. Let's start with this sentence. Many divine feminines have felt at some point on this journey. Just notice how this sentence feels in your body. Heavy, confusing, maybe painful. And now let's bring it into the 4 questions. Question 1. Is it true? I'm disappointed and confused with my divine masculine because he doesn't respond and doesn't want to be with me. Is it true? Your mind might immediately say, yes, of course, it's true. He didn't respond. He just walked away. But this question invites us to slow down a little bit, to breathe, and to honestly ask ourselves, do I actually know that this is the truth? Or do I only know that he didn't respond? Do I truly know that he doesn't want to be with me? Or is that a story my mind created to explain the situation? Already here, something begins to soften. If we said, yes, it's true, we go further to the next question. Question 2. Can you absolutely know it's true? Can you absolutely know that he doesn't want to be with you? 100%. Just yes or no, without any doubt. No stories, just yes or no. Most people realize here that the honest answer is no. Because we don't know what is happening inside another person. We don't know their fears, their wounds, their inner conflicts. And on the twin flame journey, the divine masculine often withdraws, not because he doesn't fear the connection, but because the connection activates things inside him that he doesn't yet know how to face. So can we absolutely know the story our mind created? Usually not. And that realization alone already creates space. After answering these 2 questions, we go to the 3rd one. Question 3. How do you react when you believe that thought? Now imagine that the moment when you truly believe this sentence, he doesn't respond because he doesn't want to be with me. What happens inside you, inside your body? You check your phone again, and again, and again. You replay conversations from the past in your mind. You analyze every word, every sentence he ever said, and you start doubting yourself. Maybe I'm not enough. Maybe I did something wrong. Maybe I pushed him away. Your nervous system becomes restless. Your energy moves outward and your attention leaves your own life. Suddenly, your whole emotional state depends on someone else's silence. And you might even start abandoning yourself, ignoring your own needs, putting your life on hold, waiting, hoping, and trying to fix something you can't control. And slowly the powerful woman you were before the connection starts shrinking into someone who feels powerless. All because of one believed thought. It's devastating and cruel toward yourself, isn't it? So let's see how you can free yourself from this pattern. Question 4. Who would you be without that thought? Now imagine the exact same situation. Nothing outside has changed. He still hasn't responded, but the thought disappears that he doesn't want to be with me. Gone. Without that thought, who are you now? You look at your phone, there is still no message, but instead of panic, there is space, curiosity, maybe even peace. And you return to your life, to your purpose, to your body, and to your friends, to your creativity, to your soul. Your energy returns to you. And suddenly, the connection no longer controls your emotional state. You are still open, still loving, but no longer lost in this pattern. And this is the moment when something changes energetically. The chasing stops. The nervous system calms down. And the divine feminine returns to herself. This powerful tool goes on with the mirrorings, so-called turnarounds. Let's look at our original sentence, thought, again. I'm disappointed and confused with my divine masculine because he doesn't respond and doesn't want to be with me. And now comes the most powerful part of the exercise, the mirror. Because once we question a thought, we can turn it around and look at it from different angles. And this is where people often discover things they never saw before. Our original thought again. I'm disappointed and confused with my divine masculine because he doesn't respond and doesn't want to be with me. Now, let's turn it around. Turnaround 1. I'm disappointed and confused with myself because I'm not responding to my own life. We just pause for a minute and digest this sentence. Now the mirror suddenly points back to us. Where am I not responding to my own life? Where have I stopped moving forward? Where have I been waiting instead of living? Maybe I paused my dreams. Maybe I stopped creating what I always liked. Maybe I stopped following my soul path because the part of me is still waiting for someone else to choose me first, to go on this path together. And when we see this clearly, something powerful happens. We start responding to our own life again. And here comes the second turnaround. I'm disappointed and confused with myself because I'm not responding correctly to my divine masculine's approach. This one can be surprising because many divine feminines believe the divine masculine never approached them. But when we look at this a little bit deeper, sometimes we begin to see small moments we ignored. Maybe he did reach out, but not in a way we expected. Maybe he showed care in other ways. Maybe he was present in moments when we were focused on what was missing. Sometimes the mind creates a story that he never responded. And it goes on and on and on. While in reality, the connection simply expressed itself differently than we imagined. And when we see this, compassion begins to grow for ourselves and also for him. And now comes the turnaround 3. I'm not disappointed or confused as the divine masculine responds and wants to be with me. At first, this might feel almost impossible to believe, but stay with it for a moment. Because this turnaround often reveals something hidden under the surface. Sometimes disappointment protects us from being fully vulnerable. Because if he actually wanted to be with us, that would mean opening our heart completely, allowing intimacy, allowing love, allowing someone to truly see us. And sometimes the mind prefers disappointment because it feels safer than full openness. And sometimes we unconsciously focus on what he didn't do. So we don't have to face our own fear of receiving love, or our fear of change, or our fear of stepping into the next version of ourselves. And when people see this, something very deep shifts inside them. They realize that the twin flame journey is not only about another person or about this relationship. It's about everything that is hidden inside us. Our fears, our expectations, our patterns. And when those patterns dissolve, our energy becomes lighter, more open, more free. And this is why I often say something interesting about the twin flame journey. We feel deeply pulled towards certain people because they activate something inside us. But the real transformation happens when we deactivate the old emotional patterns that were already there. That is the recalibration. And when that happens, we stop living in the past and we stop chasing. And we finally return to ourselves. If you are experiencing difficulties in your connection and feel that you can't really identify your patterns or shift the energy behind your thoughts, I would be happy to support you. My 3-month transformational life coaching program can be combined with autogenic training relaxation sessions. And these can give you not just clarity, but guidance on your whole journey. The program includes 12 sessions. And in the first 4 sessions, I call it first module, we don't just explore your current situation and your goals across all areas of your life. We also work very deeply with the mirroring method, like this one, to energetically close the leaks. And many people carry emotional weight from old relationships, family patterns, guilt, anger, shame, unresolved stories. And when we bring awareness to those patterns and release them, something shifts. So, what are the benefits of the program? You are no longer trapped in old emotional cycles. You are no longer living from guilt, anger, or regret or shame. You are no longer the victim of your past. And you stop waiting and no longer lose your energy in draining conversations or hopeless situations. Instead, you pull back your energy. You become ready to consciously create your own life, to move forward on your own path with clarity, with inner peace, and with your energy fully available for the life you truly want to build. And if you feel that you are ready for this kind of transformation, I invite you gently to book a 15-minute conversation with me. The link is in the video description. And maybe this journey was never about losing someone. Maybe it's about finding yourself again. You are never alone in this. Just always trust your intuition. See you in the next video.